Hello there and welcome to video number 2, which is about our Tkinter graphic user interface package. In this video we're going to look specifically at labels, looking a bit further into our widgets and some of the things that you can do with labels in order to display them in a different way. I've got some starter code on the screen just to save us a little bit of time, but every time we use Tkinter we follow the same pattern. We import the package, Tkinter as TK, we create the window, so we say window equals TK dot capital T K bracket bracket. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create a label. So just like the last video, we're going to create a label by saying tk.label, and the label has a capital L. And you should see a color change there if you've imported the package properly. Now I'll just break this down a little bit and move this down here just so you can see this. But what I'm going to do now is change some of the settings inside the label. So we've seen this one before where we say text equals hello Tkinter. And that's what will be displayed in the label. Now these arguments are separated by a comma, and you can edit things like the foreground and say, well, the foreground is going to be white. That's really the text color. Separated by a comma again, and we've got the background, and that is going to be something like black. There we go. So remember, as you're going through this, make sure you comment your work. It's always good for learning, I suppose. Set the text color to white. And then this one here, set the background to black. Now, yeah, that won't do anything yet because we've not pushed or packed the label to the screen. So I need to put label1.pack and then run the main loop. As we run this, the console will appear. Just get that out of the way. And there is my Tkinter window up there. And you can see there it says hello Tkinter. And you see the text centered by default. The text is white and the background is black. Now in Tkinter you've got some default color names that you can use. You can use ones like red, orange, yellow, green, blue or purple. And a lot of HTML color names work with Tkinter. In addition to just using names, you can also specify specifics there. So you can talk about hexadecimal RGB values, so red, green, blue values. If I create label 2 here now, label 2 equals TK label again. Inside of a bracket, my text is going to say hello. And then I can say background equals in speech marks, starting off with a hash, our hexadecimal color 34A2F and E. And I have a nice little Chrome extension that I can use for picking colors. Gives me the hexadecimal values of anything on my website and web pages. So I'll put pack in there, so pack label 2 in there. Now if you use pack, what you'll notice as I run this, the graphic user interface, when you use the pack function, what it does is it stacks it one on top of the other. And you can see there now that hash 34A2FE is a blue color. And because I've not changed the color of the text, it will stay as the default black there. Now, if you don't feel like constantly typing out all the time, all these parameters that you want to use, I can say tk.label, open the brackets, add the text in. I can say, hi John. Instead of that, you can use FG as a shortcut for foreground. So I can say foreground is red and the background, which is BG, is yellow. Let's go lowercase, yellow. Run this again. Now, as we run this, don't forget we need to pack in the label, label3.pack. Apologies, I'm going pretty quick. Try to keep these videos short and sweet. Run this. You can see there's my console, and you can see there now there's my program. Again, pack is centered and it's basically underneath itself, line by line. And my text is red and my background is yellow. Now in this fourth label, what I'm going to show you is that you can change the width of the label. So again, TK label. Open the brackets, start off with the text parameter. It's me again. And this time, we're going to have a few parameters. So let me just break this down for you a little bit. So we've got a text argument in there. Our foreground, we'll put this as white, and our background we'll put as orange. Now, the reason why I got a red line is because I've not put a comma in between these. And then you can set just the width property. Width equals 10. So these expect integer values. Height as well can be set, and let's go 20 for the height. And then it won't work unless we pack it. So let's pack our object. Pack goes in, bracket, bracket. Beautiful, very good. Let me zoom out for you so you can see all the code as one. There we go. Run this. Let's see if we get white and orange going. Oh, hello, look at that beautiful thing. So you can see there, height of 20 and 10. Now what's interesting with this is if I make this 10 by 10, you would think it would be a square, right? So let's have a look and see if that's the case. No, it's not. So why is that not a square even though the width and the height is 10? And that's because the width and the height, they're actually measured in text units. So one horizontal text unit, it gets determined by the width of the character 0 or the number 0. So in the default, we're dealing with this I here. So that's the measurement that we use. And they're good for just displaying text labels. They don't really help us get inputs from the users. So we're going to look at that widget in the next video. And hopefully I'll see you there.